Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Ausgrid says extra resources are being deployed to the region to help restore power to thousands of customers following last night's wild storms. Around 66,000 homes and businesses are still in the dark and repairs could take several hours. The line of storms swept in from the west from about 7 o'clock, with wind gusts topping 120 kilometres per hour at Williamtown at about 9 p.m, bringing down trees and power lines and tearing roofs from homes. Junaid Hollis from Ausgrid says crews have been working through the night to get customers back on the grid.
We've had about 140,000 homes and businesses lose power on our network, and we've restored about 40,000 of those so far. But that effort's continuing, so we're bringing more crews on as we speak and throughout the day to go and assess the damage and work to restore people as quickly as we can.
Meanwhile, the SES has responded to more than 500 calls for help across the Hunter, with 200 of those coming from the Maitland area. The service is expecting those numbers to rise as residents find more damage to properties this morning. SES Intelligence and Warnings Officer David Pedersen says more volunteers are arriving from other areas to help with the clean-up.
We have pre-positioned assets and out-of-area units that are prepared to address all outstanding jobs, so it'll be a very busy day for them, no doubt.
Meanwhile, the SES is advising Hunter residents to stay informed, with flooding possible in several river systems today. The Hunter River at Maitland, Patterson River at Patterson and the Williams River at Dungog, Clarencetown and Seaham are likely to rise with more rain today. The SES says the Hunter and Williams Rivers in particular could reach dangerous flood levels. In other news, a man has died in a single-vehicle motorcycle crash at Cessnock overnight. Emergency services were called to Maitland Road at about 7:20 p.m, where a motorcycle had left the road and crashed into a power pole. The rider, a 32-year-old man, was treated by paramedics but died at the scene. Investigations into the crash are continuing and a report will be prepared for the coroner. Police will conduct an internal review into Tuesday night's police pursuit, which ended in a spectacular crash at Wickham. The driver of an allegedly stolen SUV remains on the run after crashing into a police vehicle and motorcycle at the intersection of Maitland Road and Albert Street. It's reported the pursuit reached speeds of 120 kilometres per hour prior to the crash, prompting concern about the community's safety. Acting Inspector Steve Benson says it's one of a number of factors to be looked at.
They're oversighted by a senior supervisor at the time of the incident, and everyone involved in the incident is debriefed, and every pursuit, including this one, will be subject to review.
New technologies will be trialled to monitor congestion on the Hunter's regional roads and alert drivers to hazards in real time. The state government is trialling dynamic signs which will warn motorists of wildlife and oncoming traffic. Maitland MP and Minister for Regional Transport Jenny Aitchison says it's more likely motorists will pay attention to up-to-date information.
You can have a sign that automatically will change to give an alert that there is wildlife around that could go on the roadway, or alternatively, when there's a bushfire, it detects the bushfire and then again changes the sign accordingly.
Port Stephens Council is taking aim at unattended items left on beaches across the Australia Day long weekend. The crackdown will see large items such as cabanas moved to another location until they can be collected by their owner. Mayor Leah Anderson says it's important people pack up their items so others can enjoy the beach.
This is not about a ban on cabanas on beach usage. We know how important it is for the community when they're coming down and using our beaches to have shade. It's vitally important. So if you're going to go down and use the beach, put up your cabana, go swimming, spend your day on the beach, that's fine. Just take it down at the end of the day when you leave.
2NURFM Sport.
Jets midfielder Will Dobson is looking to maximise his position of being an impact substitute as he tries to lock down regular minutes in the A-League. He is expected to be named to come off the bench in tomorrow night's clash with Western United as the club looks to bounce back from the MacArthur loss. Dobson says being in the youth side under coach Damien Zane has helped a lot with the transition to first grade.
It was a pretty high standard down with the youth team with Zaney, so coming up here it took a little bit to adjust, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of the training routine now.
University first grade cricket captain Tom O'Neill will be out until January 26 after copping a multi-match suspension for dissent and offensive language. He will miss 3 T20 matches in the Summer Bash competition and a 2-day game with Hamilton Wickham. And the fixtures for the North Stars 2025 ice hockey season has been announced, with their opening match taking place on April 5 against the Perth Thunder. That's sport. I'm Jessie Dennett.
And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 4, 12, 20, 23, 32 and 35, and the supplementaries are 16 and 25. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.